You got one of the sisters that have an important question for the brothers. Let's review it.
Men, I want to talk to you guys. I want an honest response. I want y'all to be so real in the comments. Do you find that the more successful a woman is, the more it seems like she has it all together? Do you believe that she's less attractive for you to pursue?
The answer to that question is yes. The reason why, sister, is because in America, from what I see, a lot of women that get a certain financial success, they turn into men because they have to almost be men to get to certain levels because everything is dominated by men. So since everything is dominated by men, especially, all the fields in America is dominated by men, they have to get on a man's level. They have to be aggressive like a man. They have to talk like a man and all kind of other things, right? And then the certain attitudes come along with women with money. And then they start saying things like, well, I only want a guy that makes, X amount of dollars. They still want to go into the, I want a man with resources deal, but now he needs to be making, let's say she makes $75,000. Well, I want a man that makes more than $75,000. Let's say she make $100,000. Oh, I want a man that makes more than $100,000. And we know in America, at least, the average man does not make $75,000 or $100,000. The average man makes about $42,000. So that would make her really not attractive for a lot of men. And men in general don't like women to be too, quote unquote, independent. Because, and let me let this play, and I'll go further into that.
Then a woman that you could perhaps put on, groom, teach. Do you feel like women becoming really independent has hurt the dynamic of relationships?
Yes, it also hurt the dynamic of relationships because you have to understand there's a natural order of things. And the natural order of things is for men to provide, to protect, etc. Correct? And when a man can't provide for you, when a man can't protect you, you literally take him out his nature. And when you being too independent, it's not about you having a business. It's not about you having a job. That's not the problem. The problem is your attitude change in the process. And you get this, well, I don't need him because I got my own, right? When you get into that mindset, then you're not really no good for most men. Men is going to be with women that needs them. You understand? This is why when y'all try to talk down on women of other countries, those women are more attractive to be with. Not to say their overall look is, but the overall situation is more attractive because this man could provide for her. This man can protect her. This man can build a family with her because a lot of those women don't want to be independent. They want to be interdependent. You understand? And a man needs his woman to be interdependent just for his male nature. And if you say, well, he needs to get over it, he don't have to get over it. He don't have to, because that's not what men, are. Y'all being so independent is actually foreign. This is why you go out the country, the majority of women aren't like that. And the few women that are like that, if you talk to them long enough, a lot of them have feminist views. Any woman that has a feminist view, run. Any man to hear a woman talking about intersectionality and using the terms like misogyny, misogynoir, and, if you hear any of those kind of terms coming out their mouth, even trust me, run. If you're on a date with them and you hear them talk using those terminology, walk away. You hear them use the term womanism and anything related to that, because that particular movement right there in itself is very, very anti family, anti-man. So you want to stay away from any woman that talks that way, no matter what country she's in, because they do have, unfortunately, some feminists in other countries too. But men don't want a woman that he can't do nothing for. That's why he will either not fool with you, or if you become too independent in a relationship and you get to like that, it can cause a problem and he may eventually want to go. So remember our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they wasn't like y'all. They wasn't like y'all at all. That's why our grandfather stayed married to them 40, 50, and 60 years. But y'all today, you so independent. You got your money, you got this, you got that, and you can't even get a guy to marry you. Or if you do get a guy to marry you, he'll even stay with you not even 2 years because he can't deal with that. The passport bros, for instance, have discovered that I can go to other countries where women value being a wife, value having a family. A lot of independent women don't value being a wife. They don't value a family like that because the majority of them don't want to be married. So you don't want to be married. You don't value family like that. They think that, shoot, I can just get some guy to lay up with me and get me pregnant. I'll be a single mother. I'm cool with that. That's what also comes with the independent woman. She cool with being a single mother and put a man on the system. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it's just, they're not attractive at all. So tell your friends, independent women that's like that. And independent women is an attitude. Of course, we expect you to be independent. We expect you to have a job or a career. Or a business as a man. We expect you to have your own car. We definitely expect you to have your own place to stay when we meet you. We're not saying meet you in your mama house, but it's an attitude that comes with it. Either you working or you having your business as a tool, or does that business or job have you? And a lot of times that business or job have you. That's what it is. And if it has you and you more dedicated to getting money than getting a husband, then just continue to get money and leave men alone. But let me know what y'all think about, what she had to say here. But yeah, independent women are not attractive to no man.